What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Isis. His name is Matreiuss. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Ra. His name is Shelty. And we've got a spicy one. It's been a while since I've seen Isis, let alone an Isis versus Ra matchup. Way back in the day, and I'm talking way back in like 2009, 2010, this matchup used to be very, very popular, and we saw it quite a lot. Way back then, it was thought that Isis was the strongest of all of the gods. And people would play Ra to be like the cool hipster kid who's like, yeah, I don't play the strongest god. But little did they know that even back then, Ra was actually stronger than Isis in nearly every single way. And it's just that the Ra players hadn't quite worked out how to play hyper efficiently yet. So we're coming back here and we're going to be watching an Isis versus Ra game. Now, I had thought about this matchup and matchups like it, specifically Isis versus Ra and Set versus Ra, because this is the matchup where the non-Ra player has to really figure out a strategy in which they're going to find an advantage against the Ra, because the Ra gets stronger cavalry, gets stronger chariots, gets the stronger spearmen. Everything that you need and want in a Egyptian war, Ra gets. The weaknesses for Ra is that Ra doesn't get access to ancestors. So the way in which you use ancestors ends up being the most important thing. That's kind of it. So we'll see what Matreiuss is going to be thinking about doing. We are seeing a very early wood line here for Matreiuss, which does signify it to me that Matreiuss is thinking about going for a fast heroic off of a one town center and going for a very, very strong timing push against the Ra. Now, this can work. And it's a very old strategy. The one town center ancestors eclipse timing against Ra is something that's been done to the ground. But the counter to it, and the counter to a lot of what one town center plays are for Ra, is simply just make Patsukos. 2 monuments in the Archaic Age, make Patsukos in the Heroic Age, and just sit back. Don't leave ever. Allow your opponent to get the 4 town centers if they want. And if they do get the 4 town centers, you go Mythic Age and you push through with Tornado and you're going to be completely fine. Or push through with Son of Osiris, whichever one you really feel comfortable with, and Siege and all the other good stuff, and you're going to be completely fine. If you leave and they catch out your Patsukos, you lose. That's the thing. Anyways. Onwards and upwards. Okay. So, if that's the case and a one town center play shouldn't really work, as we are seeing this monument coming up here for Matreiuss, an interesting monument at that. But if this is the case and one town center Ancestors Eclipse aggro doesn't really work, then what can Isis do? Well, Ra does need to be scared about Isis. So what Isis can do is actually get housed at 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. Lol. Anyways, what Isis can actually do is go for a very fast 3 town center build. So the options, the way in which Isis does this the most efficiently is there is a 5-15 build. Effectively, you put your first 2 villages on gold, 2 villages food, 2 villages gold, and then you put 8 villages onto food. So you have 6 villages onto food, so you have a total of 8 on food. And then you put the rest onto gold, and you advance with 2 monuments, or one monument, and a 5-15 advance time to drop 2 town centers, and then you aim for like a 9 minute 15 kind of heroic age. And the Rock can't really deal with that because he has to play a little bit more safe. If he goes for a greedy build, he's going to get punished some of the time. So you can't really go for that, and it's a little bit hard to scout that out and decide to get your own 3rd town center. And even then, if he does get the 3rd town center, now you've got 2 points at which you can attack and decide where you want to hit your opponent and get them out of position for an Ancestors Eclipse attack against that. So those are the options. So we'll see what Matreiuss is doing. But with this super late advance here, I'm a little bit concerned. I don't know what Matreiuss is doing. He's up Bast at this point, very, very delayed as Shelty is up Tar. I really don't feel like there's any reason to be this delayed here. I mean, he did go 2 monuments and a monument in a really weird position here to protect this town center from a shifting sands, I guess, or a locust or something like this. But yeah, I don't know what the reason is there. There is a world here where maybe Matreiuss is thinking about going for Hathor instead of Ancestors, which is another thing that I think I theorized. But he's going for Town Centers here because he casts Prosperity. So that's a thing here. So he's going for the Town Centers very, very late with Prosperity. This is super unnecessary in my opinion, because you can get the 800 gold and get the Town Centers up at 5:15 instead of at, what time is he advancing? 5:45, 5:50. So that's a thing. As Shelty is already going to have his town center basically up by the time Matreiuss starts his 3 town centers, and Matreiuss is also down a Prosperity here, and he did get it with Pickaxe, I assume, but Prosperity with Shaftmine is a lot better than Prosperity with Pickaxe. I'll have you know. But still, we might still be seeing Matreiuss thinking about going Hathor here. The idea being that what I thought was the idea, but he's already used Prosperity. But I was going to say the idea being that you cast Prosperity and then you can make all your Patsukos straight away and have a really, really fun heroic age with like Eclipse, mass Patsukos going bang, bang, bang. And then the Ra goes, I can't kill mass Patsukos because my priests suck. My Patsukos are dead because you used Eclipse and I'm sad. That's what the Ra player would be saying. So it's actually quite fun. Not only that, you also find yourself having maybe even more of an advantage in the Mythic Age because you've got the extra population. You got 9 extra population while your opponent gets the bonus economy with the priest. But you get the extra population to make extra caravans, so that kind of gets done with. So that's a thing. Anyways, that's all my theory crafting as the game continues along. Shelty has got his farms down already. I'm going to say another thing that I don't particularly like here from the Ra is if you've got Hunt, you should use it. You should use it. Imagine right now that Shelty saved his reign, went for like a 7:30 or 8:30ish, 8:30ish hunting build here, as we see this Sphinx somehow getting a village kill, as Shelty is not defending this very well. This is actually quite brutal as the Pharaoh's coming over here to deal with this one. As this villager going to say g'day as well. Pharaoh's drunk. Pharaoh's drunk. Pharaoh hits. Pharaoh misses. Wadjet coming in. Sphinx runs away. Anyways, if you were to hunt to the heroic age and then you throw your farms, you can actually spam trade with that food and find yourself kind of technically on 3 or 4 town centers worth of production in the immediate as soon as you hit the heroic age, and then you can use that as a big propeller to find yourself into the game. Alternatively, you can go for a shifting sands timing on like the back town center here with like a whole bunch of priest or something to deal with like Ancestors Eclipse as you take the town center down with like a bunch of stuff as an idea. There's a whole bunch of really, really cool ideas that you can do which don't include 2 town center farming to the heroic age. Its build is dated and very, very sad. Thank you so much for the Prime SSB Super Smash Brothers Melee Pepper Jack. Thank you, my friend. Thanks for coming in and saying g'day. As the rock's going to be flying around, going to be looking for something to take out. As this priest is just saying, "Well, I'm here. I'm going to attack you." Oh. Shelty says, "Oh, it's a priest. Run away! Run away!" Alrighty. So now we're going to be seeing Nephthys coming through for Matreiuss. So no real surprises where that's concerned. I do like the idea of Hathor. Look at the favor in the bank from Matreiuss. He's got 60 favor. He's got 700 gold. Patsukos with Pestilence, Patsukos with Eclipse would be really, really good. Locust can allow you to take out a town center by using siege towers and Locust to do that. This monument protecting these villagers nicely against locusts, but these villagers getting pulled off might get spotted here. As Shelty moves up onto this location, his Migdol is up. He's throwing down a second monument here as another house coming down because he had to delete this one to let himself out of his base. We're going to be seeing no market up just yet. Definitely something you want to throw up in the early stages of the game is the cavalry do spot these priests here. The Sphinx can turn around and get a little bit of damage here, which they do decide to do here as Matreiuss' villagers just chilling here. Not sure. Yep. And they all die. Dead, 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 dead. That's a good locust there, but Matreiuss is still in front on the villager count by just a little bit. 5 villager advantage, obviously, because he's been 3 town centers for the longest of times here. As not only that, the Pharaoh gets taken down, so that's a big early game win here for Shelty. As the rock coming over here can definitely use that rock to pick up these units and retreat away from this if he wants to. He can go after these villagers and take them out as well. As the Migdol is up, the villagers turn around, start shanking very angrily. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got to shank him. As the Sphinx takes out a chariot archer, the rest of these units going to be retreating away. As the game continues, we'll see if Shelty's going to try and grab this town center or if he's still going to be a little bit scared of the Ancestors' Eclipse. Now, remember what I said about Patsukos. We've got 1 here. You need roughly, I think it's 3 Patsukos to 1-hit a minion. It could be 4, but you want to be having that number of Patsukos out, so when the Ancestors' Eclipse comes down, you can just kill off all of the Ancestors with those Patsukos and hold the position that you're trying to defend. As we're starting to see these obelisks getting taken down to give Shelty a bit of a path onto this town center here. Matreiuss at 93 of 154 population. Shelty's at 106 of 130 population. Irrigation coming in here as the Wadjet. Looks like it's going to get caught out. We've got double Scorpion Man here for Matreiuss, and these are also really strong. The weakness of these is that they are melee, and while melee units can sometimes be really good, like look at the Colossus, look at the Cyclops a little bit, the Scorpion Men are a little bit squishy. 40% pierce armor, 500 HP means that pew pew pew, too strong. As the raid now coming in for Matreiuss, he's going to find these villagers on this gold mine. The priest and the pharaoh are already over here, so it's going to be able to deal a little bit of damage to these Scorpion. Maybe Ancestors' Eclipse here wouldn't be a bad idea, as we do see Shifting Sands over onto this position here as the Scorpion Men going to go in, and Matreiuss does decide Ancestors' Eclipse is the time to use this one, as he's going to take down all of these units, and all these villages are going to go down, preventing this town center from going up, and Shelty's economy is going to be hurting a ton. Meanwhile, we do see a raid in onto this position over here, but the Scorpion Men with that Eclipse are going to be able to push these back very, very easily here as all the villages go down. Town center is now very much Matreiuss for the taking. 62 villages to 49 villages. That's almost a I can't do math. That's 15 villager advantage right now for Matreiuss, plus Matreiuss just up a town center here as the Patsukos here getting caught out just a little bit. The units getting taken down as well, as now Shelty has to retreat back and turtle up a little bit, still looking for raids over here. The rock is on this position, so Shelty can pick this one up, leave if he wants to. There we go. Run over this location, attack this. Could be an option. All the other good stuff. Ancestors just about to be finished up here, and Shelty is going to be kicking himself for that for doing that Shifting Sands here for the rest of this game. He effectively just used his god power to, well, I guess he traded his god power for 13 villages and 2 god powers, so maybe it's worth it in that regard. I don't know. Anyways, the rock here looks like it's about to go down, but the pharaoh, as the priest is in to get some good damage done. The priest you can't lose the rock. You lose the army if you lose the rock. As the priest will get taken out. The unit's hanging back here looking for something to do, as another Patsukos going to be coming out of the temple here. As this army retreating back over here for Shelty. As I reckon Matreiuss is going to be thinking next age. Oh, he's going for the 4th town center. And he's going to be thinking next age fairly soon. He's got all of these water buffaloes, got all of the hunt in the middle of the map. We see docks coming down, but no town centers in range of water here. This can be for either to try and siege out this location here, or a transport ship to jump in over here, get onto this gold mine, get onto this gold mine here. Could be really, really good. It's now Shelty swinging up with his army, looking for something to do. Quarry coming through for Shelty. Obviously, the answer to 4 town centers is Mythic Age most of the time, as we're going to be seeing that come through very shortly here, I'm sure. Is there a market anywhere? I don't see a market, but the Pharaoh's over here. He can throw that market up really quick. No, there it is. So definitely going to come through. The question is, do you go for Tornado? Do you go for Horus, or do you go for Son of Osiris? We can go for Osiris. These are the questions you got to ask, and we'll see which one Shelty's going to go for very, very shortly here. He does choose Horus. So if you go for Osiris, you get the Son of Osiris, and that's going to allow you to stay put and have a really solid army and strength. If you go for Horus, you get access to Horus Spearman, which counter Mercenary. So Horus is more of the later game option, and Son of Osiris is more of the like now kind of option in a way. So we'll see how that's going to go. But all of these Patsukos are now out for Shelty. You should probably consider stopping this and going in with Avenger or something like that when he hits the next age, as he's moving forward over here. Now, you do have to remember there is this monument already up for Matreiuss there. There's no monument on this town center. There's no monument on this town center. As look at all of those Scorpion, man. But they get absolutely totaled by the Patsukos. Look at the damage there. Half HPing a Scorpion man straight away here, as the Pharaoh on the back does get carved up here. You do have to continue to micro these, as we are seeing that's what Shelty is doing, almost able to pick off every one of those Scorpion men. But once the Scorpion men get on top of the Patsukos, they start getting some good damage done, as now the Patsukos going down incredibly fast. And both players trade their myth units off very nicely there. But Shelty's still going to be strong. He still doesn't have fortified town centers. And Matreiuss is at 161 of 192 population. Does he have himself masons? And not just yet. He's definitely going to want that if he wants to keep the town center up. He's going to be dropping a Migdol on this location. Other option would be to drop another monument here. Get monument to the priests here, the third monument, and protect this town center. But we're going to be seeing the cavalry coming onto this position. Medium maximum, adds of wet. Copper weapons coming through. Bowstore coming through for Matreiuss. As Shelty, I mean, what's he planning to do is the big question. We see markets coming up in the corner for Matreiuss, as the Tornado does come down onto this position over here, picks off all those villages. The town center does not have any upgrades, but maybe it's going to be enough with the extra damage that the Tornado did to the Migdol, as the siege tower is going to come in, but the Tornado actually picking off those very, very fast. Thanks so much for the $10, Matreiuss.
I love your dedication to AOM content. Is there anyone else that does AOM shoutcasting out there?
Yeah, man. There's a couple of people who do shoutcasting out there. You've got AOL Iron Maiden. He's actually hosting the LAN, the like AOM LAN tournament in Greece, which is really, really cool. You got Chrono JJ, who does casting from time to time. You got Black Adder, who does casting from time to time on all of the Age of Empires and Age of Mythology games. I'm going to be missing people. Punkstar's been doing some casting recently. Rappel's been doing some casting as well, I think. Maybe not so much. He's more of a player, but doing a little bit. But yeah, there's a bunch of people. I'm sorry if I missed someone. I probably did. But lots of people doing God's work. Doing the Lord's business. But now the town center has been grabbed by Shelty. He's evened the population deficit, and he's actually equalized on economy as well. He's dealt with all of the myth units basically, but he's going to have to deal with a Pharaoh in the near future, turning into a Son of Osiris. That is, because Osiris is on the way for Matreiuss. If Matreiuss can control his Son of Osiris against the Chariot Archer ball that Shelty is surely going to be creating, he's going to be able to take this town center back for sure. If Shelty can out-control Matreiuss and kill off the Son of Osiris, this game might be going in the favor of Shelty, because Shelty's going to be able to start his trade route as Shelty makes the Matreiuss market. Whereas, look at this, Matreiuss, he puts the market in the very corner of the map. He's a changed man. He is a changed man, ladies and gentlemen. Happy days. as the Scorpion men trying to push through and take out these chariot archers as best as they can. It might be time to start making some mercenary cavalry right now. Shelty's economy not quite there, as we see War Elephant moving in. Son of Osiris about to be able to be cast here, as the town center looks like it's going to be getting taken down very, very fast here. Not really any answers to this, as we are seeing some mercenary cavalry getting created here, but now the town center that was so important to get built here is going to get absolutely dismantled, and there is no way to stop this at this point. Those elephant in of themselves doing enough damage here, and it looks to me that Shelty is not going to be able to hold this. He's got no production remaining. He's trying to make some Oxy war barges over here, but they don't reach the town center. You're wasting a lot of resources where that's concerned. There was no need to go for that here, as Matreiuss realized that and goes all out over here. If Shelty didn't waste, I didn't realize he was wasting this, but this is, look at all the resources that are in this. He's got 300 in this, 600 in this, plus the 700 resources in the dock for the Oxy war barges, plus the docks is another 100 resource. If he just put that into land, he may have been able to hold this, and this game could have been very, very interesting here, but he went for this kind of, this is really far. I don't know if it's not far enough, like how far these ships make it, but this is really far for them to go. Like this, I don't know. That's 30 range. It's a lot. Anyways, a crazy game here. Well played by both players. Both players, in my opinion, playing suboptimal strategies, but they're both not Egyptian mains, so you can understand that. And it was a fun game nonetheless. And oftentimes when players play suboptimally, it is the most fun to watch. But I hope you guys enjoyed this game. If you did, consider clicking the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.